What's going on, everybody? It is 12:12 p.m. Monday, September the 13th. I hope everybody's weekend was good. My Washington football team lost, but they looked great for the most part. A couple injuries. Fantasy, I got demolished by my unsuspecting cousin John, who drafted extremely well in his second year playing fantasy. And yeah, the prices on everything are crazy. We're going to talk about that. Make sure you guys are following me at True Perception 3 on Twitter if you're on here. If not, why don't you come on over and join? Let's also not forget that tomorrow, SEC Chair Gary Gensler will appear before the Senate Banking Committee oversight hearing. Well, he'll appear before them for the oversight hearing. Is actual oversight going to happen on the SEC's regulation by enforcement? Will senators challenge him on the clarity charade? At least two senators who do not see this clarity are on the Senate Banking Committee. That is Senator Toomey and Senator Loomis. Had a lot of involvement in the infrastructure bill and a lot of other crypto-related bills. Perhaps they need to see this article before Tuesday's hearing with Gary Gensler, and maybe everyone needs to help make sure they do. Like and retweet. And shout out to John Deaton and everybody at Crypto Law for getting that out. I've been following the news and prices and everything, obviously, and I've gotten really burnt out on reporting every day, just like similar stuff and just not always that relevant in my opinion. So I might be pulling back to a handful of videos a week instead of every day, see if they can be a little more impactful. Obviously, if something crazy happens, we will be there. So let's just go over some of the main assets that we were watching as the climb began. And of course, this is Cardano, who blasted through all retracement levels, went into price discovery mode, and is now kind of settled down in this area at a new all-time high. One thing that you will see is interesting. We were expecting massive volatility in this range across the board. It's very common in these situations, and we're experiencing it. You can see here that this came and dropped all the way down to the 702 and got propped right back up, and it's battling out on this line here. I'm not a price prediction, price call guy. I'm just watching things and knowing that in certain instances, things can happen. I don't know where any of these things are going, guys. This is just me trying to predict an uptrend and a downtrend as much as possible. I think ADA looks great. The London Hard Fork launched. All that's fantastic. My outlook on the market as a whole has not changed at all. Here is Algorand, who experienced minor volatility for one day up in this range, and then other than that, it just launched. It's continuing to bounce around in this range, which is pretty wide, but it's also not a bad thing. It could be forming a flag again. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen, but over in B&B, you can see it reached out to pretty much the 702, and then it's got jammed back down to the 0.38. Where it looks to be building support, which would be a good thing because, before this is where it was lost and became resistance. Even here, we got through it and it just knocked us right back down. You can see it just kept pinging it. And then it battled it out right here before getting up there. So hopefully that's what's happening there now. Again, I'm not a prediction guy. I just know that when you see certain things, reactions start taking place. Bitcoin, from where we had pulled the Fibonacci, where I was watching everything, you can see where I had pulled this as a main support and resistance line. Once it was lost, it took forever to get back. Even in here, it got rejected again, has came back. It looks like it could be trying to build new support up here in the 44 range. Now, what's interesting about that is if you look over here, this is somewhere where it had bounced off as support before. So it had hit it here, took off, came back down, and met it again, and then back up. It didn't lose it again until here, where it lost everything. This is that major capitulation moment. Elon Musk, all that fun stuff was going on. So it's worth keeping an eye on here. Like I said, I am still bullish. I have been expecting that in this range, you're going to see a bunch of this go on for a little while. One of the things BC Backer has always talked about, he's talked about a few scenarios, but one of them would be that Bitcoin's run is potentially already done for this cycle, and that you could see massive volatility from Bitcoin in this range while all the money rotates into some of these altcoins and goes crazy. It's yet to be seen if that's what's going to happen, but there have been individual leaders. You see everything's kind of red right now. But just remember, some of these assets have raged recently. Here you got Ethereum, which tried to get above the 786, didn't hold it very long, and now is battling it out back down here. Similar story going on here as with Bitcoin. I'm keeping an eye on it. These guys tend to be pretty resilient unless we're just going into an all-on bear market, which I do not think we are. But again, all this volatility is happening in this little range. Granted, it's getting outside of the 618 and the 786 a little bit, but we expected volatility here. H-bar looks like it briefly touched almost 47 cents, which I believe would have been a new all-time high. We are looking for it to get into this price discovery mode. Once that happens, I believe that this is one of the next ones primed to go. It has smashed through the fibs and now is experiencing the volatility. You see that, it went all the way down to 36 cents and as high as 47 cents today. So it's going all over the place now that it's gotten in there. I'm super bullish on this asset. You can see now it's actually climbing while we were sitting here. Here you have IOS, which just went on a major tear, has broken up into there, has came down, bounced back off the 618, and is now fighting, in this range like we talked about. Kava doing a very similar thing. Here it is battling pretty much on the 702 every day. It's just kind of in the middle of what it's doing. Solana is another one. Went all the way out beyond the full extension, and as a lot of people would expect, got rejected. Now, it's down several percentages, but look how high. If you bought Solana mid-July, let's just look at, where's my price range? If you bought this thing in mid-July, so we'll say, mid-July here, you went up almost 900%, and even now, you're up 6x in a month and a half. That is fantastic. I'd name another market on the planet where that's going on. I'm going to skip these total market caps. We're going to look at those last. Here's XDC, which if you look on a historical standpoint, has just really been raging since March of last year. You had some consolidation periods and stuff, but this thing will not be stopped. I'm a major pusher of this one as well. But as you see, this one has came back down to the 786 where it looks like it's trying to hold on. That's not a guarantee, but if the 786 becomes support and starts to work its way up, who knows what happens next. XRP, similar boat, came up, tapped it, rejected, got stuck consolidating. Now it's broken down below a little bit. Again, not the end of the world. You can see where this is. This exact range was support here and then was resistance here. So if that can build support just like some of these other assets, we could see this consolidation continue, which would play into some of those narratives. This is the total market cap of the entire crypto space. And as you can see, this consolidation in this range is exactly what is happening here as well. It is right on top of the 618 as we are looking at this. You can see it's just been pinging between there and the 702 ever since it came back down. And here's the altcoin market cap, which is my main chart because that's where all my funds are. As you can see, just hanging out in this box. I know everything's super red right now, guys. I would not lose a ton of faith right now. I would be paying attention to any leveraged assets you have or any longs, any shorts, anything like that that's going on. We are experiencing mass volatility right now. Keeping in mind, and nothing that is said here is financial advice, tax advice, investment advice, or anything like that. Do not buy or sell anything based on anything you hear or see on this channel. This is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm just a guy that makes YouTube videos and talks about his crypto investments and the things that he finds interesting within that space. Nothing more, nothing less. And so this is doing what a lot of us thought it was going to do. A lot of people thought this might just keep going and going and going. When you have, you look at this. You have a big tear up. You go sideways a little bit. Big tear up. Comes up sideways a little bit. Big tear up. Drops back down. Big tear up. Boom. So, and you already see here that what I think is promising looking at this is you have your 1, 2, and then your 3 does not set a new low. So even though when you're looking at this, I mean, to me, I think as long as you don't lose this level, you could potentially, I think even if we come all the way back down to here, this could still be on a major uptrend, guys. You know, when you zoom out on these things and you look at it, we're trending up still. Doesn't feel like it right now, but we've been trending up for a long, long time. Really forever when you look at a lot of these assets. I mean, you zoom out, you get to this like 45 degree, you know, here's a wave. Here's a wave, and you can see now where it's dipped down just a little bit, and it's like this thing could keep going up like this. We could come down for a little while. Who knows? I'm kind of rambling at this point. I'm going to go ahead and end this video. Tomorrow, after that SEC or banking committee hearing, I will probably make a video covering whatever went on there and some analysis that I find on the internet from some of the people I like to follow. But that is going to do it for me, guys. I do apologize for not being as active as I have been in the past. I have been so booked with photo shoots. I've been training my wife in photography. She's booking clients. I got clients. We shoot like 10 different genres of photography. Everybody's hitting us up right now. Can't complain. We've been slow for a while. You know, I have contract issues. I'm still holding on until March for those to resolve themselves. But we have been pleasantly busy. Football is back. Crypto's being crazy. Nothing new there. I am going to shut up now, and I will see you guys on the next video.